And today, as we celebrate Father's Day, I congratulate all the fathers again, and I still appeal to you. Greater responsibility is laid on your shoulders as fathers in the home. Do not abandon that responsibility for your wives. That is what some men are doing, and it is very bad. Men are becoming what I don't know how to describe it, but your role as husbands, as fathers, you have abandoned for your wives. Some. Not that the woman is a widow, but in the home, the children are not even feeling the impact of the presence of their father. Terrible. I appeal to you, fathers. Today, as we are celebrating Father's Day, wake up to your responsibilities. I beg you. And I use this opportunity to appeal to all of you, wives, mothers. To be a man by default is very hard. By default, being a man is very hard. Please, I beg you, don't add to the hardship of your husbands. Don't add to the frustrations of your husbands. Nature has not smiled on them. All of us as men. There is a certain advantage you have naturally as a woman that your husbands do not have. But some of you have become the multipliers of their pain and their frustration. And I am begging you, mothers, wives, please, pity your husbands and don't let them die before their time. You see, from the time of the fall of man, Genesis chapter 3, God placed a curse on man, placed also a curse on woman. The woman's curse was in the pain of childbirth. The man's curse was in the pain of providing for his family. And God says, I curse the ground also because of you. You shall sweat and labor before it shall produce food for you. Till today, men are still sweating and laboring to get the basics for their family. The little that they are able to do, appreciate it. The much that they are able to provide, especially when you see that they are making effort, they are trying their best, they are working hard. I'm not talking about those kind of lazy men who go and sit down early in the morning, they are playing drafts. Those are the people I'm talking about. I'm talking of those who will go out daily and hustle and come back and make provision for the house. And instead of appreciating them and encouraging them, you spite them, you insult them, you mock them, you compare them with other men. Do you know what those other men are doing? Do you know how those other men are getting what they are getting? Some men have been pushed to go and enter into crime because they want to please their wives. Somebody said, being a man is very difficult. And that is why the prisons are full of them. If you go to the prisons, the majority of those you see are men. When they try and nothing is working, or their efforts are not being appreciated, some of them put their hand in evil. And then they are caught. And they pay the price for it. That's why it's easy. A woman can make an appeal for something and she gets it without much stress. You can't get the same favor as a man. Women, please understand this and pity your husbands. Pity them and support them. When a man finishes with his troubles outside, let him be able to come back home and find peace at home. Let him be able to come back home and find comfort with you. Let him be able to come back home and tell you how he sweated the whole day, and you will tell him, it's okay. Tomorrow is yet another day. Let him be able to come back home and cry in your presence, and you will pat him on the shoulder and tell him, my husband, where there is life, there is hope. Not that he will be afraid to come home, because after all the sweat of the day, he has been able to make only 10,000. And he knows that the woman in the house will insult him down to his ancestors for not coming home with 50,000. Some men are afraid of going back home after work. That is why you will see them hanging around in bars and public places. They know that they are targeting when you would have slept. So that once they come, you just go and climb their bed in peace and sleep. Wahala has gone to sleep. First thing in the morning, they're out. This makes them also to become absent fathers in the lives of their children, because they are avoiding you. In our today's Nigeria, being a human being is already very difficult. I'm sure some of you have seen the joke on social media, the meme that says, at the end of Buhari's tenure, all of us should be given certificate of survival. Those of us who will be alive when Buhari will hand over in 2023, they should give us certificate of survival. Being a Nigerian is already hard. Being a man in Nigeria is triply hard. Don't multiply it for your husbands. I am saying this because today we are celebrating Father's Day and we are talking about fatherhood. By its very nature, it is not easy. So let us try to make the burden lighter for ourselves. Please, fathers, do your best to be husbands and fathers that your wives and children will cherish. Let them be able to look forward to when you are coming home. Let them be expectant that it is 5 p.m. Daddy is supposed to be home anytime from now. Not the type that once it is 3 o'clock, everybody's mind will start doing press up because they know that trouble is coming. You, the man, you are the trouble. May God help all of us to do what we are expected to do. And very